Hello, ladies, awesome and amazing ladies of Hear My Cry Sisterhood. How is everyone doing today? I am wanting to share with all of you how to evolve. I have a online course that I created, Evolve the Evolution Experience with Arlene Henderson. So this is to give you a snippet of what this actually goes into and what I discuss with how to evolve. Now, evolve. What does it mean to evolve? To evolve means to change or develop over time. It's a gradual process, not instant. A lot of times when we decide we want to change, we get to a place of just not wanting the same old thing over and over again. And we get to that place where we state that, enough is enough. I'm going to change. I'm going to do something different. It's like making a New Year's resolution every year. And, all of us, we're all excited in December to make all of these resolutions. But by the end of January, mid-February, we're kind of like, well, I'll do it later. I'll think about it, or I'll start over in the spring. And then the spring comes and, I'll do it once summer is here. And we just continuously to put things off and put things off. Evolving means just to make a conscious decision to start the change. Your change is not going to be an overnight process. You have to work at it. Anything that we know the old saying goes, anything worth having, you have to work at it. You have to put a conscious effort. You have to be that person that's going to continuously, this is something that you're going to eat, sleep, and breathe. And that is evolving. That's getting to that place of wanting to be different, wanting to choose something different, and wanting to expose your family and yourself to something different. Now, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here in Hear My Cry Sisterhood. I'm glad that you're connected to me. I'm glad that you're part of the change or the movement, this evolution that Hear My Cry Sisterhood is starting among the women. We're starting to have different conversations, and I absolutely love that. Now, as a flower grows, they have to shed and lose some of its petals in order to open up and evolve to their full beauty. We're the same way as women. We have to shed layers that will not allow us to move on in life to experience everything it has to offer. We can't grow to our full status of evolution to a beautiful life being closed off and hidden in dark places. Now, we know that a flower or flowers, they come up through the dark places, but they have to get to the light in order to spread out, to bud, to open up, and just to become that beautiful thing that we all look at and admire. Women are like that. Sometimes we can be closed off because of past hurts, past things that have kind of derailed us in our life. We've even from starting from childhood to our teen years to becoming a young woman to going into adulthood. We have so many different layers and things that happen that sometimes we put those layers on and we wear those hurts and those layers like badges of honor. And we get to a place where sometimes we don't think that we can function without those things. And we continue to move, and we continue to just be weighted down and heavy, and just are just not at a place of where we're opening up. We just continue to close up, and we close off, and we just stay in those hidden and dark places. Now, I want you to start with doing something today that your future self will thank you for. Our actions and decisions today will shape the way we'll be living for the future. If we continue to just go in the same places, the same conversation, the same negative talk, the same woe is me, the same nobody is ever going to help me, nobody is ever going to be there for me. If we always feed into that, and what we feed grows. So if we always feed negativity, then negativity is going to grow. We have to get to a place where we make a conscious decision about who we are and what we're going to believe about ourselves. That has to become an everyday thing. We have to reaffirm ourselves and affirm ourselves daily, regardless of what we see on the news, regardless of what people in our lives are saying to us, and regardless of the misinformation we may have gotten or incorrect information we may have gotten as children. Sometimes I hear stories where people were told things when they were very young, and they're adults in their 40s and 50s, and they've actually carried that and hidden that away in their hearts and their minds for years, for decades. So we have to learn how to begin to think positive, to live in a positive manner, and to speak positive things about ourselves and to ourselves in order for us to change and to have a different future. Now, an evolved perspective is one that no longer compares themselves to others, no longer competes with others, has a sense of identity, knows what they want, highly selective with time. Life is simple. They attract the right people in their lives and generally want the best for others. An evolved perspective, I had to get to a place in my life where I had to be satisfied with Arlene. I had to choose me, and I had to be satisfied with me. So if I'm trying to compete with anyone or trying to do something different, it's just going to be, I want to be a better version of myself the next day, the following day, later that day, the next month. It's about you being a better version of you and no one else, because everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different walk. Everyone has a different identity. And you have to know what you want out of life. And you definitely have to be highly selective with your time, with the things that you lend your hearing to, the things that you lend your time to. We can't continue to focus on minor things, trying to do major things in our lives, trying to do things that are going to bring us change, bring about the right change, and things that are going to lead to us leaving legacies to our families. Life has to be simple. We can't sweat everything. We can't get involved in everything. We can't get riled up by everything. But you do have to state who you are and what you're willing to allow, how you're willing to allow people to treat you. And this will start to attract the right people in your life. And then you'll continuously, and you will have a place where in your heart, you genuinely want the best for others, even if it's people that have done you wrong, that have not always been the best source of a resource or a source of motivation, things like that. You still will want them to succeed, and you will want the best for them because you're no longer at a place where you're wishing harm or hurt to anyone. Now, all you need is love, but an open mind doesn't hurt. We have to have an open mind in order for us to receive new things. Everything that we've learned in our childhood and from our families haven't always been the best things that we can take into the future. Some things that we learned, they were incorrect and are outdated at this time. Some things everything we were taught younger, it does not mean that it's, something that we can't evolve from or take or share with our children. But some things are outdated. Some things were provided to us because that is the things that were provided to our parents and their parents. But we have to get to a place where we have to have an open mind about things. And we also have to start having our own sense of reality and who we are and the things that we want to carry on and give to our children. Now, evolved people change the world. They live happier, simpler, and more productive lives. This is done through the consciousness of life and the present moments. As you grow, you will see this becoming more evident in your life. It will be your evolution journey to being the person you were always created to be. When you get to a place where you focus on you and you focus on your happiness and the things that are important to you, then a lot of things going on around you will no longer matter. They won't be those life-shattering moments. It'll happen and you will hear it and you will process it and you will move on. Not that you turn a deaf ear or you no longer care, but it no longer gets to a place where it gets on the inside of you. We have bad things happening around us every day. We are going to react as humans because we have different emotions that were already pre-installed. We came with these. You can't not see a child get hurt and not be affected by that, or an innocent person is shot down in the street and you not be affected by that. But you have some things that we take on because of who the people are to us that are giving us this information. Every problem or every incident or everything that you hear about is not yours to carry. We have to, at some point in our lives, get to a place where our evolution journey requires us not to pile on or take on everybody's stuff. We want to be as dedicated and as open and as loving and kind and be able to help everybody that we can. That's the thing that's something that we need to be conscious about, but we can't take on and digest and eat and fill ourselves with everything that's going on around us. If we continue to do that, then our lives will not become to a place where we have a happier, simpler life. It'll always be chaotic and just filled with just a lot of noise and chaos and things that are going on around us. And we will never find that inner peace because we're being consumed by everything that is going on the outside of us. Now, 5 steps to evolve. Focus on new goals. That's number 1. Number 2, focus on being an asset to yourself first. As women, we cheer everybody on to the finish line except for us. When it comes to us, we have a laundry list of excuses as to why we can't do this and why we're not qualified, why we don't put the same effort in as we put into everyone else. We've got to turn that around and put that same motivation and just assuredness that we have for our children and our spouses and our family members and friends. We have to turn that around and give that to ourselves. Number 3, think outside the box. The box doesn't exist. I was thinking about this the other day. Sometimes we have to be on the inside of a box or inside of something in order for us to receive protection. It's a covering. But with a box, we have to remember a box has a lid that can come on and off. Sometimes just thinking outside the box doesn't necessarily mean that we need to get out the box at that time because we may be outside of the protection. The box does offer protection, so I can't necessarily say it doesn't exist, but we can't limit ourselves to just staying there. Stay in it for your moment of protection. Get outside of it when it's time to grow, when it's time to evolve, when it's time to move. Number 4, shed old beliefs, ways of doing things. As I was just talking about, we have learned some things that we've learned. They are no longer valid into where we're trying to go. We've got to continue to be a student of learning, a student of life. We've got to continuously evolve, and the way we look at things has to change in order for us to go in a forward movement, forward motion. And number 5, get connected and stay connected to motivated people. If everybody around you is always negative, they're always in a bad mood, 9 times out of 10, that's going to be your mind frame and your mood. So get around and stay connected to motivated people. Motivated people, sometimes when you can't motivate yourself, you will just be fueled by someone you meet that has this shine, this light, this energy, and you're like, wow, I want some of that. So sometimes just being in the presence of people that have, that 10 factor, they're on 10 all the time, it overflows to you. So definitely get and stay connected to motivated people. Regardless of anybody saying you're trying to be a suck up, you're trying to be this, you're trying to be that, you know that you're supposed to be doing more. Get around people that are doing more. Get around people that are having more conversations. Get around people that are wanting to change the world, wanting to do things to make it better for everyone. Now that your eyes are open, make the sun jealous with your burning passion to start the day. Focus only on the things you can make happen in life. If we all get to a place of where we are focused on the things that we can do, we can't do everything, but we can do some things. You have to get to a place of wanting to rediscover who you are in order for you to know what your passion and your purpose is in life. You have a passion, you have a purpose. But a lot of times we are in the wrong environments in order to live out that purpose, in order for us to have that passion that fuels us daily. I absolutely live for empowering women. I love it. That is my purpose. That is my passion. I know God created me to do this because one thing, it makes me happy. It brings me joy. And then to see the evolution process when I'm working with someone and they get that aha moment and then their eyes are open. I love that. That is absolutely priceless to me. I want to share that with all of you. You have to invest in yourself. You can't always be invested in things that never provide a return to you. You have got to invest in yourself for your next level living or your next level movement. There has to be an investment that you have to make a conscious decision that you want something different and you want to change. So this is my gift to you this evening on how to evolve, how to start having new friendships. Open yourself up to new friendships. Open yourself up to new conversations. Open yourself up to new people, new beginnings. Open yourself up to start your evolution journey. My name is Arlene Henderson, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a part of Hear My Cry Sisterhood, and I look forward to the evolution journey with you.